Hey guys, welcome to Miss Benish's calendar time. The first thing you're going to do is click on your Google Chrome or your Internet Explorer or whatever you use to get on the internet. After you have logged on to the internet, you're going to type in starfall.com. After you type in starfall.com and you click enter, it should pop up as a screen like this. If you already have a sign-in, you can go ahead and sign in. In this case, I'm just going to show the general page. I usually click on the kindergarten lesson. So this pops up with all these options. You're going to be looking for the calendar, which is going to be in the top right part of the screen, really close to the sign-in. And it'll pop up and it'll look something like this. And your child can come up and they can interact, they can click the play button, or you can click all the buttons and have your child participate that way. There's no right or wrong way.
It's March 2020.
So it'll pop up and say that.
Let's make a calendar.
And then what I want to encourage you to do with your child is have them spell out the month March, or April or May or whatever month you are in whenever you are doing this. So you're going to go up and you're going to say, okay, this is a capital M A R C H. And you can either do that or your child can do that. They will most likely know the routine because they have done this before. And then you're going to ask them what year it is, and they are going to say 2020. And another way you can do that is just have them point to each number, 2020. After that, you can click on the arrow and say the days of the week.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
So there's all kinds of ways you can do the days of the week with your child. You can spell out each day of the week with them if you want to. You can just spell out the day that it is. In this case, today is Thursday. So it would be Thursday. And you always encourage that the T is capitalized in the day Thursday. And you ask them, what day of the week is it today? And they will say Thursday. You can also give them options. You can say, is it Wednesday or Thursday? Vice versa. You can do anything that works for you.
Great job. Today is Thursday, March 12th, 2020.
So this is also a cool way that you can do your handwriting after you get done with calendar. You can use this sentence down here. Today is Thursday, March 12th, 2020. Obviously, it will be a different day whenever you do this. So whatever day it is, you can use that day and input that in your handwriting. But we'll get to that in a little bit. So today is Thursday, March 12th, 2020. So you want to encourage that here's this star. So this is the day that we are on today. And that day will vary, like I was saying before. You can click on this arrow and it will encourage again Thursday
12th.
And it will continue.
Great job.
So that way your child can get that repetition of Thursday and then the 12th. You talk about different days that the world celebrates on the calendar. So you can encourage, see, hey, look at these pictures. And it will say Holy Day, and that's just a different culture, something that a different culture celebrates, and you can talk about that with your child. You can even look up and do a few activities with that if you would like. Next week is St. Patrick's Day on the 17th. Here's your picture of your clover. And you can talk about what people do to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. And you can also talk about how the first day of spring is on the 20th, and you can do a spring activity that day with them. And you can say, okay, right now we're still in the season of winter, but on the 20th, we will be in the season of spring, and you can do a little seasonal activity. It's whatever you're comfortable with doing with your child. We also take this time to do a little bit of math. We do the counting. So we count every single day in the month. So you just start and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. There is no right or wrong way to do that. You can go as slow as you want to. You can go as fast as you want to when you're counting. You can even just go to 10 if you want to. It's whatever works for you and your child. So there's no rush on that, and there's no right or wrong way to count your numbers on the calendar. This is the part where we just talk about with each other, you know, who lost a tooth. If your child lost a tooth today, you could be like, oh, look, today you lost a tooth, and you can move it and stick it on the 12 or whatever number that they lost their tooth on. So if they lost it last week on the 4th, you could even move one up there and just talk about that. This one is to just talk about special events coming up. And so, for example, we have a field trip coming up on the 26th. So that's something that I would put the stars on, because that would be something that would be important for the classroom and something we celebrate in the classroom. So we'll be going on our field trip on the 26th, and you talk about that with your child. And this cake is for birthday. So for example, if someone had a birthday coming up on the 23rd, ding, you would put your cake over there and you would talk about how you would celebrate that person's birthday. You can ask them what they prefer. And that can be just something you do in your household. So if it's mom, dad, grandma, aunt, uncle, whoever's birthday it is, you can talk about that and ways that you can celebrate that. This is just picking your theme. So since St. Patrick's Day is coming up, I'm going to go ahead and pick the clovers with the pot of gold. Really, you can choose whatever you want to, or you can encourage your child to choose. It's very important that your child is as involved as possible when it comes to the calendar. It's something that they get super excited about. So just make sure you're involving them as much as possible, as long as they're able to continue to do what they need to do in the calendar and mark where they want to mark and pick their own options. They are able to do that. Otherwise, you can click for them and help them point or any other modifications that they need. And then that's the end of calendar. Thank you so much for listening.
Goodbye.
Also, keep in mind, you do not have to use the Starfall calendar. You can use a calendar online. You can just type in Google and you can type in calendar or copy calendar, and you can pull up any kind of calendar that you would like to use. You can even print out the calendar if you want to and go over that with your child. But just wanted to let you know, you do not have to use the Starfall one. You can pull up any kind of calendar and you can use that as a resource to do calendar time. Now we are going to talk about the handwriting part of the day. Handwriting and calendar can go hand in hand. You can do calendar first, you can do handwriting first, like I was talking about before. But handwriting is just to get your child's fine motor skills going and kind of get them warmed up for everything that they're going to be doing throughout the day. So we start off with, we say today is, and if you already talked about it at calendar, your child will know. But we'll just start with Monday for this one. So we'll say Monday, and you have them circle, or you can circle it, or you can help them hand over hand circle Monday. And then you're going to write Monday. M-O-N-D-A-Y. Okay? So you've got Monday. Today is Monday, so they're practicing their writing. You want to emphasize on how Monday has a capital letter at the beginning and then lowercase throughout the rest. Okay? All right, the month is, we're going to go ahead and say that it is March. Okay, and then you're going to write out the month. So March also has a capital M-A-R-C-H. Again, you want to encourage your child to write as much as possible. If they need hand-over-hand support, that's okay as well. Make sure you emphasize that the first letter is capitalized in March. And then you're going to choose your date. So in this case, Monday is on the 9th. And so they would just circle the 9. You want to make sure you can see that. Another cool thing you can do here is just count each day that is in March with your child. And that's just another thing you can do that will include some math warm-up. Okay? So you got your option of your year, and right now our year is 2020. But it's good to give them options to see if they know, and if they know, they can circle it, or you can help circle it. And then you can talk about the weather. So you can ask, hey, was the weather sunny, cloudy, rainy, windy, or snowy? And you can talk about each type of weather. Most likely, it would be sunny. So you would write capital S, O, messed that one up. That's okay to mess up sometimes, isn't it? I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I was thinking Monday. S-U-N-N-Y. Okay? So it is sunny. And so you want to make sure you're spelling that out with your child. On this one, you can capitalize. I go ahead and capitalize for the first letter just to get them used to that. But you can also lowercase on that as well. And that is how you can do your handwriting activity with your child and include the calendar. Now just make sure when you get finished with your handwriting calendar time, you go ahead and erase, and then you can start over the next day. I just use a paper towel to erase, but you can use an eraser if you have access to that at home. Thank you very much for joining me for handwriting skills. You will see this pop up on your screen whenever you get finished with a math, reading, ELA, science, or just any kind of lesson that we're doing. And that says pause lesson because we are doing a brain break. And a brain break looks like a GoNoodle, iPad or tablet time, fidget time, or preferred activity. And so this is for your child to just take a moment and get to do something that they want to do after they're done with their lesson. You are more than welcome to go on with the lesson and continue if you feel like they don't really need a break or anything like that. So for the GoNoodle, I'm going to show you what that looks like, and then I'm going to go through each little brain break that you can do with your child, and then we'll go from there. For the GoNoodle, you can type in GoNoodle.com and it'll pop up. So you can kind of just put that in your web browser and it'll pull up. You can choose whatever videos you would like. It says Discover. These are some of the new ones they put out. You've also got categories. So anything, if you had something that you wanted to work on, you've got math, science, ELA, social studies, health, music, reading, just anything that you could think of that you would like to work on with your child, you can choose that. You can also go to channels. So if your child has a preference, like for example, if they like Blazer Fresh, they can click on that and they can choose which one they would like to play with. So you're going to select it, and then the video will play.
Woo! I got the feeling that today is a special day, and we need to celebrate. Now it's time to celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. Now it's time.
So when the video is over, this screen will pop up and you'll click quit playing. And then you can go on. It'll usually show a little monster thing that's growing, and you can click keep playing if you wanted to do another one. You can do as many of these as you need to. I suggest keeping them under 5 minutes though, so then you can quickly get back into focus on the academics with your child. Another way to access GoNoodle is through YouTube. So you can click on YouTube if you already have the link at home, or just type in youtube.com, and that's where you're going right now to see any of my videos. And you just type in GoNoodle, and it should pull up with different GoNoodle videos you can do. You click on those, you can choose. They have a pretty good selection of them, and your child can dance with those, play with those, sing with those, whatever they prefer to do for that brain break time. So another brain break that your child could choose is iPad or tablet time if you have that at home. And that's just basically getting an iPad and clicking on it and going, okay, what's an activity that you would enjoy? Maybe they enjoy Starfall, maybe they enjoy watching videos, just whatever they would prefer to do, and they can access that. So that would be the iPad or tablet time. I would keep it limited to 5 minutes though. If your child prefers to play with a fidget item, this is an example of what that might look like. See, he bends like that, so he can kind of just move him like that. If they prefer to play with cars, or a pen, or a shape, or a squishy ball, the list can go on for fidget items, and they can play with that. Or if they prefer a toy that they want to use, they can play with that as well. But anyway, fidget items are just little items that the child can play with just for that 5-minute break time. So I also have the option of a preferred activity. So if your child was like, oh, I'd rather just build a big tower of Legos during the 5 minutes, they can do that. If they just wanted to sit there, they can do that. They can also put their head down if that's what they would prefer to do. A preferred activity is just anything your child would like to do, and you're just giving them that choice to choose what they would like to do during their brain break. And that is what a brain break is whenever this pops up.